Hi, I'm conducting a little experiment. Would you indulge me with a visualization? This will only take like 4 minutes. Cool? Okay, cool. So close your eyes, or you know what? Here, actually, I'll do it for you. Okay, so what do you see in your mind's eye when you hear the word nature? Maybe you see something like this, or like this, or even this. But does nature ever look like this, or this, or this? Probably not, right? But like, what if that's all we have left?
According to a new report, experts say that we have until 2030
to avoid catastrophe.
There are radioactive secrets beneath the drinking waters of the North County Creek.
Okay, but hold up, don't check out on me yet. Let's talk about something more pleasant. How do you feel about food? Because me, I live to eat. See this plant? This is Amaranthus hybridus, aka, but we'll just call them amaranth. The ancient Mesoamericans depended on amaranths both as a primary food source and as a sacred religious rite. And it was so important, in fact, that story has it that when the conquistadors arrived, they made it illegal to grow and they tried to burn it into oblivion. You know, as a display of their Christian principles of love and forbearance. Yeah, that's sarcasm. Anyways, amaranth had already spread and naturalized to 5 continents. They're eaten in India and Nigeria and Jamaica and Turkey and Mexico. And they also grow on the streets of Brooklyn. So what if there's a thing or two amaranth can teach us about resilience, about survival? Which hits on another big question I've been asking myself a lot. Like, do humans even deserve to survive? Sometimes I am like, no, we are literal garbage, but then I remember that we made books and donuts and Dolly Parton, and so I'm like, I don't know, maybe we deserve a chance. But how do we even go about it when our entire civilization feels completely unsustainable? When it feels like our appetites are gonna get our asses red-carded from the planet? What if, even with all of our science and our technology and all of our fancy tools, it's actually our worldview that needs to evolve? So, to that end, I've been hanging out with some of my neighbors. Folks who seem to have figured out how to survive and thrive despite humanity's hot mess. My non-human neighbors, that is. Plants and animals and fungi who have lived alongside us for a long time, and like us, have traveled the globe and faced extinction and lived to tell the tale. I figured they could be some of my best teachers if only I could learn to listen. So, this right here is the start of a mixed media project. Online, I'm going to be sharing my process as I learn about, with, and from these weedy species. I'll pair that with food for thought from very smart humans who are already grappling with these issues. And IRL, I'll be hosting a series of meals foraged entirely from the city streets, in hopes that maybe we can all figure out how to eat one another away from the brink of extinction, because like at the end of the day we don't have time to argue about whether climate change is real anymore or not. It's freaking here. So let's figure out how to make lemonade from this piss pot, shall we? I humbly invite you to this table, to the C.U.R.B, the Collaborative Urban Resilience Banquet. I used to look at all vacant lots and weedy streets like this. But foraging has changed that. Now everywhere I go, I know to look for my neighbors. How do y'all see your neighborhood?
first glance, the term urban ecology might seem an oxymoron. Nevertheless, cities do have their own distinctive ecology, dominated by the needs of people and driven by socioeconomic rather than biological factors. People welcome other organisms into cities to the extent that they contribute to making the environment a more attractive, more livable, or more profitable place to be, and they vilify weeds as those organisms that flourish without their approval or assistance. Regardless of humans' preferences, an enormous variety of non-human life has managed to crowd into cities to form a cosmopolitan collection of organisms that is every bit as diverse as the human population itself.
This lot is Lenape land, that then became Dutch farms, then New York factories, then artists' lofts, and now it's destined for luxury condos. But what if lots like this could become food forests for the community instead of cash cows for the rich? If our appetite for money prompted 400 years of pollution and development, could an appetite for decent food spark a future of remediation and undevelopment?
In the early 20th century, a new form of ecosystem was defined, known as ruderal, from the Latin meaning of the rubble. Ruderal ecosystems are heavily disturbed, marginal lands in which a limited number or type of species can thrive. Railroad right-of-ways, roadsides, dumpster lots, field edges, and factory effluent pools are ruderal ecosystems that are impacted heavily. Waste spaces that are overlooked as valuable ecosystems because they do not conform to common conceptions of what defines natural environments.
Ooh, big ones. Come here, buddy. Man, you can really scamper.
You let me know when you're ready. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go cut and clap for the camera. So I've got this mic on.
I'm collecting and toxicity testing a bunch of wild edible plants from around my neighborhood, which is a half-mile from a Superfund site. Are they too toxic to consume? How so? Is there anything we can do about it? I'm also processing them in various ways. Dehydrating, beer making, lacto fermenting. Will acidic pickle brine pull the lead out of these field garlics? Will the arsenic in these dandelion roots transfer to the tea or beer I make with them? How can we use our age-old food prep techniques to mitigate our new environment? I mean, at this rate, the world isn't getting any cleaner, so how do we learn to embrace our new urban terroir?
Hey, sweetheart. You're all right. You're all right. Shh.
Like these field garlics. They're like ramps, right? Yeah. Wild allium, that grows there, wild carrot grows there, and pavement mushrooms.
There you go. We eat here. Yeah, you can make tea from it. smells so good, right?
Yeah.
That was Highlands Park. Number 3 is from the train tracks that you just were near, and number 4 is from Prospect Park.